Hi, Tony Bear, Venice, California. The cop on the left is Captain Morrison, and the Black Lives Matters came down to the beach today in protest in honor of George Floyd, and it was a peaceful protest. The protesters were cool. The cops handled it well. There was no violence. They got to say what they wanted to say. The cops let them vent, and it was done peacefully. And that's the way it should be done. You shouldn't be tearing up and wrecking up businesses and putting places on fire. That's not the way to do it. This was done well, and hopefully they'll be cool over there and have a peaceful protest. Here's the video.
Lastly, we want to our white brothers and sisters, we must say this, man. It was Dr. King who said,
419-0024, identifying.
counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, that's the biggest detriment to the progress of the street. It's a marvelous white person. White person that says, okay, you'll get your time. White person that thinks they can put a timeline on this season.
14867, 14867, are you clear?
14867, negative.
14867, roger.
Seven L 220, show me code 6, incident 4362.
7 L 220, roger.
They're going to know that it's not okay. They won't just get away with it. Another action item we need. Whoever you're representing local, I'm talking about the local ones. If you live in the county, it's the county supervisors. If you live in the city, it's your council persons, the mayor. They need to hear from you. You need to dedicate at least once a month. They need to hear from you that we need to start defunding these police agencies. Defunding those helicopters in the sky, dozens of dollars a minute, hundreds of dollars an hour, and they patrol our neighborhood. Metro LAPD station, they went from 4,300 stops in 2014. Then the mayor went to Home and United in 2015. Black Lives Matter kicked him out of there. He said, I mean, the Metro division doubled up. In 2017 and 2018, that same division that did 4,300 stops, 4,300, they did 60,000 stops a year. 60,000 stops, 49% of black people who only make up 9% of the people in the city. This is active, this is what structural racism looks like. And about the other 30-40% it's our Latino brothers and sisters. Now, in South LA, East LA, thousands of stops. LAPD, they patrol Brentwood. How many stops in Brentwood in that 2-year time period? Zero. Not one. 60,000 in South LA, zero in Brentwood. They, same division doing that, stopping people, calling them gang members on FI cars, putting them in California's gang database. These stories come out over and over again. What do they say? Oh, we're going to stop you. That means you accept it as stop and frisk in the car. That's not okay. We have to understand the things they will do. The law, the Supreme Court has said if they pull you over, they can ask you to step out the car. That's just for a pat down, not a search of your body. So you have to understand that. We have to understand what we can fight. We need some laws. We need some laws in the books that say cops need a specific, articulable reason to pull us out of the car. Because if they don't, it's much less of a chance we have a negative encounter. If I'm speeding, give me a ticket. You don't have to search my car. And the other thing, there's about 5 total words you should say to the police when they're questioning you about something. First one is real easy. No. Say it with me. Can I search your car?
No.
Can I search your house?
No.
Can I go in your pockets?
No.
And now if they do say you're detained, there's 4 more words. I want my lawyer. Hey, you're under arrest.
I
You're detained.
I want my lawyer.
Those are the 5 words. So we're always going to film the police. We're not going to make it easy on them, and we're always going to stop and support our brothers and sisters. Always. 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 And if you look around, that's who your brothers and sisters are. If you have any confusion, there's a sign, somebody had it. The race. The one race that we all belong to. The human race. The human race.
It's me.
Where's our sign?
I picked this one.
This is it. If you're born on earth, you walk on 2 feet, you're human. And you deserve to be treated as such. But we're asking for it. We're not looking for civil rights here. Because you can't even get to that until you get to human rights. You have to get to that. Hey, and in all things, a great quote, and then we'll open it up because I know other people have stories they share. And I'll tell you, although I am an attorney, I am currently out on my own recognizance as I was tased, tackled, and arrested in Department S7 of the San Bernardino Courthouse because I happened to go into court that day not thinking I was going to go into court. I was going to pick up some paperwork, but since I wanted to talk to the clerk and I went inside, the bailiffs just didn't believe I was an attorney. I was dressed something similar, but I pulled, you see on the video, I go in my pocket, pull out my bar card. Before I could do that, he grabs me, pushes me. And when I tell that man, I'm gonna come after you with everything I learned in law school. I promise. He tased me. Those were the words that got me tased. That man is still employed. I'm charged with a crime. I'm charged with resisting arrest. He's a custody officer. If I ain't in custody, he shouldn't even be talking to me. This is the kind of stuff that we deal with today, right now. I know we all have stories, but I just wanted to make, first of all, thank you, Senate, for having this idea. Thank you. You don't know, man. It's about 10 a.m. on IG Live. We were, he tapped me in, we planned it out, and we here, and it's a beautiful thing.
AFTP.
Hey, AFTP.
No, I thank you all for coming, finding it however you did. I'm really bad at organizing. I mean, I can bring people, but I need people like, leaders and bring other people together. So if you're good at that and you want to do more of this, please reach out. And always film the police.
Always film the police.
I thought we were maybe going to do it downtown, whatever. Santa Monica happened to be up with the rally. That department, I spent a night in jail. Maybe some, but that's why I always say always film the police, because I spent a night in jail for something I didn't do. With that video, I was able to sue them and win $70,000. That officer is still a cop today. That was the second lawsuit he was mentioned in. The first was a payout of $99,000. And, I got some money and it's on the books, but at the end of the day, without the footage, and many people say, hey, that happened to me. If you have a recording, there's nothing you can do. It's your word against theirs. So the other thing I think is important though is jury duty. And he's a lawyer, he would know better than me, but I know it's not cool and this is weird and random, but when the jury is all people that's like our grandparents and people of the time, they're the ones prosecuting innocent people and they're the ones letting go cops who do bad. So I think when you do get jury duty, you got to look at that as your duty. Promote it on Instagram, share it, and be thankful to serve your peers in court. That's what I want to say.
That is the way. Hey, I need to see y'all faces. Boy, it's a tough thing when I'm handling a case that happened in South Central Los Angeles, and they bring in 90 jurors. 4 of them are black. About 20 of them Latino. And when they raise their hand, 15 of them have ever spent the night in South Central out of 90. That's the kind of people. I don't know how you get jurors from Burbank to judge something that happened in South Central, but that's what's going on. So we do need you to show up. We do need you to show up. But I know we're not the only ones. Who else wants to? That's courage. That's real. That's being a human being. That's real courage. And just tell them. That's it.
Green 114, Green 1, are you clear?
As a soldier in combat, I have done it, and I would do. No doubt about it.
Follow code 6, pack station, will report.
All my life, I have stood up for
14.1,
people that I've done. I've seen whole bullies throw people on the ground in high school, so all kinds of shit, and that's where I'm at. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't do it. Oh, my bad, bro, my bad. Exactly. That's called courage. Y'all can do the same thing. Y'all can be the stick. It be that simple. It starts with y'all. It really starts with y'all. All we want to do is good. It starts with y'all. All y'all gotta do is.
And it's hard enough right now for everybody.
Yeah.
Even them, man. I know it's hard for everybody right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, so we gotta police each other up and do the right thing. That's all.
And we gonna call you out on it. Not because a lot of us hate you. Some of us might. Listen, I don't hate y'all like that.
No, you can't hate because no one's gonna show up to your bullshit except for the cops, right? Think about it. You gotta give them credit.
Somebody
You
said
get in
that's
shit,
positive.
people call the cops. They have to go into your bullshit. Hey man, you gotta give it to them. They ain't just showing up to birthdays and bar mitzvahs. They gotta come to people's fucking disputes, arguments, fights.
Absolutely.
So it's a stressful job,
Absolutely.
bro. It's definitely a stressful job.
But
With that being said, we have to eliminate certain stressors that are not needed.
Yeah.
That's it. I think that's.
709, you can code
I
off of
understand the level. I used to date a police officer, female, man. She had more problems.
Forrester West, 2 units, code off
She had
upon
a lot of
completion of
issues.
your
Like,
calls.
she had a lot of mental issues.
Delete is
A
that.
lot of domestic. She was
Right.
very violent. And I was like, okay, I understand.
Y'all listen, y'all done with all this shit, cause we all going home. Y'all ain't gotta listen, listen, at least I'm going home. I'm going home, I'm about to play the game, I'm gonna clean my apartment, that's what I'm about to do. Y'all go home. Look, if you guys don't come to ignore me, that fella with that red cap, he said some real shit. He said some real shit. And maybe I could change. Maybe I could step up to these times. Because you know what? I'm not scary like that. I'm not scary. So you know what? When Officer Six, I'm gonna pick on you, Hopkins. I'm gonna pick you. You're 6'5". When Officer Hopkins is doing wrong, and he's big as hell, tell him. Yo, Hopkins, this is you 235 pounds. Get your knee on this goddamn neck and killing him. That's it.
I've seen officers tell other officers, okay, we good. I seen that. You can be like, hey.
Right. And you know what? I respect that. I love that. Yes, tell him off, bro. Tell him off. Tell him no. What you do? I've seen it. Well, I'm pull him aside. Yo, excuse me. Listen, you ain't gotta do this. And then guess what? That officer doing what? All right, man.
Well, I think. Hey, you know what? In Florida, you know drug dealers hate. When other drug dealers bring heat to the neighborhood, what's the first thing they say? Don't bring no heat around. That means whatever you're doing wrong, you need to stop. Even in the streets, at a certain level, if people are doing wrong, certain people will be like, you gotta get fuck from around here because you're messing up. We got going on. The same thing that you
With the robot face, I get it. If someone one of y'all decided to take, I respect that. I love it. If y'all signed up, I don't know who joined to make the change, I respect it.
714, can I get a
You
code
make
10
the
for
change, you decided to make that change, I love it.
Animal Street
And I
unit.
respect it.
Possible child neglect, 5151 West Eco Boulevard. Code 2 incident 4438 RD 755. Close traffic take standby. 7X14, go ahead.
Do it, bro. If you made a change, then make it happen, bro.
7X14, call out train
Don't listen. We
65657. Last name Rodriguez, first name Vicente. Connecting South Victor, Ida, Charles Edward, Nora, Tom Edward. 144 the city. Male Hispanic, black, 5'4", 130. Date of birth of 11/25/1973.
It ain't Rodney King no more.
7X14, you can please spell the last name.
X14, last name phonetically spelled Robert, Ocean, David, Robert, Ida, George, Union, Edward, Zebra.
That's why I'm so amped up. Bert! I'm not going to start a riot because they will arrest mine. But I heard my cousin say that in 2002. On camera, sitting in the courthouse. Canal didn't hurt nobody. Did he have a trouble pass? Was he doing what he needed to do? Y'all know about Gary, Indiana. We right outside Chicago. Busted and disgusted. They don't give a fuck about us. That's why the Vice Lords came out here and helped the Crips and the Bloods organize. Because they was fucking with us. I always love how he's saying God help truth and years. But it's always about the health, the truth, and the years. Because you can't get the years without the health and the truth. But that's what we do. Fuck anybody talking about black on black crime, that's a misnomer, that's bullshit. Hell yeah. Somebody say white on white crime, white on white terrorism. Little Johnny was trouble. Little Johnny had issues. His Prozac didn't work. Come on. Fuck that. I don't pay Day and them. I didn't pay my cousin Canel to protect me. We pay these assholes who higher accountability. That's all that Asian motherfucker had to do was like, yo, he's handcuffed. Get off his neck. I don't care if there's one good cop, if there's 100. Fuck them all. That's 111 bad cops if that one don't say shit. And just like that Dr. Dre song, I might misquote it a little bit. But if I gotta die for this little brother right here, then I'm a dead motherfucker. And best believe I got property in Georgia. I got shooting ranges in Georgia. I went to sniper school in Fort Knox. I could peel the fucking top off a tuna can for 300 yards. F&N 5, 7, 30, 6, whatever grain you want. That's right. Train yourselves. Arm yourselves. Be responsible for you, our black women who are the most in danger. And our kids. Take care of our people. Let's stop with the bullshit. More Erykah Badu, less Future. It's all about the love, man. I love every single one of you motherfuckers. Period.
Look at this.
And I was downtown last night. Fuck these motherfuckers. Burn this
shit. What's going on today?
We tired of the police, man. We tired of the police. The way they do it to you. They killing black people every day. You know what I'm saying? They ain't paying attention to spiritual warfare. All the churches is closed in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. They keep dropping dope, different types of dope. Every 10, 15 years, dropping different types of dope. They ain't paying attention to spiritual warfare. What's really going on in our history? You know what I'm saying? It's all a lie. They tell us all these lies. Everybody living lies, man. You know what I'm saying? The government getting richer. They killing off the real people, the humanitarians of the United States. You know what I'm saying? It's chaotic.
This is beautiful. Yo, this is great. Thank you, sir.
unit coming off Pacific frequency.
922, which side of the park is the falling unit at?
Ferry team, can you switch the tap to function channel 47 for Commander 14 boys? Any English units? 13 boys, they'll switch over as soon as they're finished with their call and ramp. Call 2097, call 209, what part of the park are you in? Any English unit 14 man 8490 Beverly Boulevard to CBS, code 2 incident 4094 8722. 7Z1, show me code 6 at Wolfshire Speed. 71, roger. Your time on miles 39081. 71, roger. Pacific unit bound, suspect air bound, 737 Washington Boulevard, the King Hotel, to rear of location of monitoring. Suspects are 2. Number 1 is a male, weight 28 years, medium build, unknown shirt, orange pants. Suspect number 2 is a female, weight 28 years, medium build, black shirt, black tights, code 2174092 1444. 7 Paul 209, 7 Paul 209, come in. We're 45, give me the last call. 1445, roger. 7 pulses. Neil, 1, I show you on a follow-up to 5921 Monterey Road. 1, can I get a supervisor, please? Pacific Supervisor, meet. Pacific Station, please. Virginia 1, roger. Any Pacific Supervisor, meet 14 Queen 1, 100 Sunset Avenue. 14 at 140. 14 Queen 1, 14 at 140. What's the numbers again? Unit, repeat. 140, yeah, I just came to that supervisor request. 140, 100 Sunset Avenue. Alright. 209, 7 209, come in.
Get your feet off my neck! I can't breathe, officer! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
209, 7 Paul 209, come in.
Paul 209, go.
7 Paul 209, 7822 wants to know what part of the park you're in.
Just advise them we're at the National Recreation Center, and that's going to be the office for the driveway off of Beverly.
7822, 7 Paul 209 is at the rec center, the driveway off of Beverly.
7822, roger.
Set it down!
Control, when the airship gets over Venice Beach, can you have them push the news copters up out here because I can't hear anything.
14 boy, roger.
North 24 to Pacific Control.
3 North 24, go ahead.
That's 3 North 24. Is the frequency clear?
3 North 24, yes.
Roger, can you have a patrol unit meet me at 3508 South Centinela Avenue? Correction, 2508 South Centinela Avenue.
Pacific unit, meet 3 North 24 at 2508 South Centinela Avenue.
No racist police! No justice, no peace! No racist police! No justice, no peace! No racist police! No justice, no peace! No racist police!
I can't breathe!
No peace!
I can't breathe!
Police! No justice, no peace! No racist police!
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
From the Santa Monica police station to this LAPD substation because our message is that the police
709 765, the watch for his office.
testified
7876, 7876, landing the watch commander.
able to rest peacefully at night knowing you've killed one of us. But see, the problem is the killing is the last straw. That's the worst thing that's happened.
7876, 7876, did you receive?
36 Roger.
Look around.
Any Wall Street unit 415 man 8490 Beverly Boulevard, code 204-094-8722.
You've been in handcuffs. You haven't been arrested. You've just been detained. That's wrong. That's where it stops. Who've been pulled over for no reason?
Hell yeah.
Commander 14 Adam, show me codes for the protest.
There wouldn't be no shooting. That's where it stops.
14 Adam, roger.
That's the worst part. But it's when they walk up on us when we're hanging out with our friends. They get $100,000 a year to lock us up. How many city employees does LA City have?
Closer unit needed. DUI traffic at 2801 Los Olympic Boulevard has been upgraded to an ambulance DUI traffic now. Closer incident 410 2056. Close traffic unit for the code 3 calling 95. Closer unit serial woman 843 Northwest Falmouth Avenue, 843 Northwest Falmouth Avenue. On the north side of the vacant lot, closer incident 4142 or 2706.
Our tax, who pay taxes when they buy something?
Anybody?
Who get that?
Understand, identify.
They work for us.
Yep. Yep.
That's the same thing I tell you how to do your job.
Commander 14 Adam, Commander 14 Adam, come in.
Commander 14 Adam, go.
Commander 14 Adam, what is your location for the protest?
It's going to be Pacific and Venice.
Commander 14 Adam, Pacific Pacific and Venice. Commander 14 Adam, have you spoke to the air unit?
Commander 14 Adam, that was Commander 14 Boyd.
10 Adam, roger.
What we're talking about, this is America.
Responding to incident 4142 from Venice on La Brea.
7052 is responding code 3 from Venice on La Brea to 843 Northwest Palmas Avenue.
It's a big ass war. It was bloody, it was violent. We have the opportunity to do what has never been done in history. It has never been done. We look back in biblical times, the Israelites, they had to leave Pharaoh because Pharaoh kept fucking with them. Yeah? In Europe, in the 40s, World War II, the Jews had to leave. It couldn't work, so we don't have an example in history where the oppressed and the oppressors ended up living together in harmony. What we're trying to do has never been done in the history on earth. So you have to understand what it takes to do these things. If you aren't willing to give your life, you aren't willing to be free. Today we're here peaceful. Why? Because that's what we want. I'd rather die than have any of you suffer violence. But I tell you, I'd rather kill than die the way George Floyd died.
What George Floyd was a lynching. I'm not going to say what it was. A lynching is not a hanging. Hanging.
14 EL1, 14 EL1, friend.
So it's a big death. Lynching is death by strangulation. They string you up.
EL1, you have a message. 14 EL1, verify you recovered the vehicle on Manchester. 14 EL1, roger.
You are involved in this murder.
14 EL1, roger. The OnStar called back, advised that if you've recovered it, they're going to take off engine blocks.
Because there's
5/11/1977. Second and third name match, but TOB does not match.
we get it. We gotta put Can I, after you talk to him, can I ask you a question? Yes, sir. Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate y'all. Listen, like I said, and see, look, shout out to Morrison, y'all. You feel me? This is stepping up. That's all I had. Listen, I'm going home. I'm about to go play Apex Legends. I'm out of here. Y'all know what that is? I'm about to go play Apex. I'm gonna go paint my crib. I'm gonna paint my apartment.
Hey, look, Venice guys are good. I come out here 4 or 5 times. Good guys down.
I'm about, listen, Morrison, I'm about using my head and my mind. I've not been in trouble many a times because I've used my mind. And I say, you know what, let me not put myself in that situation. That's the same thing y'all gotta do. You know what I mean? If you see him and you're like, you know what, bro? Hopkins. Yo, Hopkins, get off him, bro. You're 300 pounds. That's it. You know what I mean? That's the truth. Like, that's the truth, Morrison. I respect you for coming out here. Listen, y'all were peaceful. Y'all didn't say nothing. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the ones that are changing, I love y'all. Y'all trying to change the academy, y'all trying to change the band of brothers, and y'all calling out and changing. That's the truth. And then we ain't gonna be out here. It'll be hella peaceful for y'all. Y'all be riding the cruiser. Y'all ain't never gotta see us. If it can be simple. It can really be simple. It ain't gotta be this complicated. My head hurts. I'm about to go take a towel.
Yeah, I'm sick, man.
My head hurts. But yeah, thank you, Morrison. I would love to be here. I would love that. Respect you, man. I'm out of here, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna go pay my apartment.
Y'all gonna have a sit down?
What do you see that recruitment would be different for? Because there's less black cops. And I actually tried. I made it all the way through.
7053, have you arrived to the station?
The last portion, I was going to CAP. I was going to the Kennedy Assistant Program. I was there on Manchester. I was running every day. And the last portion, the oral song wasn't. I mean, I don't care. Now I did appeal, but do you see the recruitment
And I also
changed.
want to let the police know.
In your eyes.
Lieutenant,
done by the personnel
you got a
department.
staff sergeant, I
know
believe,
that.
right?
Right there on.
I know my
Flower,
ranks.
yeah.
So,
I'm gonna let you all know.
I don't know.
Being part of an organization, that isn't the crime. Being a police isn't a crime. This start, it's lieutenant, right? It's captain. I apologize. Captain. I'm in the Navy. I just said that the ranks change no matter what rank they are. They're just all over the place. As soon as I go to the Army, it's way different. So, captain. Police ain't the problem, you know? That ain't the problem.
The training.
The problem. And I can see in your eye that you believe what we're talking about. Cap understand. You can tell by the band of your brothers that you have here that you guys understand. I just hope that this amount of you have right now spills over into the rest of your department. I really hope that, and I hope that whatever you learned here today, whatever you gain, you please express to your brothers and sisters, because to call someone and have fear of their life when I'm calling you for protection, it just doesn't even seem right, human wise. It doesn't even seem right. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying. It's just to put 2 and 2 together. Put 1 plus 1, it's gonna equal 2 every time, brother man. You know what I mean? If I stand on a man's neck and he's telling me I can't breathe, even if I went down for 2 seconds and he lied and said I can't breathe, he said something real. So you let him up. And then when he try to scare you away, get his ass then. And don't use excessive force. You say you're under arrest normally. You know what I mean? Once put a hand in the pocket, I put my hand in my pocket when I'm chilling. You know what I mean? It's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh. No, don't worry about it. I'm not grilling you. I'm just talking to you. I'm glad you're talking to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm glad you're allowing me to be elevated without being disrespectful. I appreciate that. You're not telling me to calm down, so it's good. You know, putting a foot in the neck, 7 minutes, uncalled for. You know what I mean? I just hope that just as much as you're looking me in the eye, that when somebody else calls you, no matter their skin color, green, black, polka dot, brown, yellow, fucking arm coming out the back, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. You have a right to remain silent. If you say anything, it will be used in a court of law against you. But at the same time, let me just see, don't
walk behind them like that.
And you know what I mean? And like, just be a regular police officer and a human being. Because I was in the military. I know what they mean when they say use excessive force. I had to take the whole thing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I did the whole thing. I was expert.
You
know
on
what I'm
pop
saying?
to your ear pop.
So they tell you when you're on your post, you're on watch.
Rules of engagement.
Exactly. And if a man runs to your post, you're allowed to approach him, not shoot him. When he runs to your post, you are allowed to have your hand on your weapon. If he pulls out a weapon, you're allowed to pull out your weapon. If he engages in an attack to attack you or attack your peers, you have I would say Uncle Sam, you have the Uncle Sam given right to blast that man to kingdom come. Because he's showing excessive force on your life and your peers around you. And you are justified. That's only when comes out. You know what I mean? And I looked at that, I work for the Admiral. I've been handed coins by people who are the most elite of the military. When that's what I did, I cooked. I was handing coins from the elite. And they was giving me gems and letting me know that no matter what, you have a right in this country. You have rights in this country. And that's all I have to say, brother, man. Listen, I appreciate you. Captain Morrison, Captain Morrison, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? And when I shake your hand, you know, I grip it right. You know what I mean? I grip it right. My father taught me right. And our parents taught all of us right. And so I ask again, you know what I mean? I see there's a brother over here in uniform, you know? You see a lot of people in uniform, you know what I mean? I just ask that whenever somebody dials 911, it's a call for help, not a death wish. You know what I mean, brother? And I appreciate you for listening to me, man.
Hey,
once again, thank you.
I know this is going to be tough to ask. My name is Sarge. I'm actually an elected official from Florida. I deal with this a lot, and I was kind of over here. We're having a little sidebar conversation. And we all understand that not all police officers are bad, correct? We hear that, right? And we understand that police officers have to come to our bullshit sometimes, right? I mean, correct?
Everybody.
I mean, humans do bullshit.
Right. So with that being said, at the end of the day, all we're asking is officers, just like soldiers, police each other up, right? We heard the one bad apple spoils a whole bunch. So I want to commend you all in California for coming out, stepping up. I want to commend these officers for listening. This Captain Morrison for coming over here.
From us, who were raised right, license and registration. I ain't gonna say a whole lot. I might not let my window all the way down because I'm scared of y'all. I have no recourse. I have no protection. Nothing. I felt threatened. Good enough, you go home. I'm going in the dirt. That's the fear that we collectively have. There's no recourse for us. There's nothing for us. There's no voice. But those couple of weeks in school, that badge, that gun, all the defense in the world. Police union, one of the strongest mafias in the country. Rampart District, we all know about that. East LA Sheriff's District, biggest gang in LA, and can none of y'all deny it. They got tattoos on their necks, guns, they initiate officers, killing officers for telling on them. So that's why I disagree with that, brother. It could be one good officer, but as long as you got a contingent of 15 or 20 that's willing to take a motherfucker out to the woods and kill him up in Lake Kachuma, then how can I trust anyone again?
That's understandable.
How can I trust anyone again? Who have you protected that's done wrong? Who have you protected that's done wrong? How many nigger jokes have you heard in the locker room? How many nigger jokes have you heard when you was lifting weights and said nothing? That shows the condition of when these officers address these black people, especially my black women. We can't trust it. We can't trust it. And guess what? Guess what would have happened? That man that was on his neck, I would have pushed that officer off him. Me too. And each and every one of you know what would have happened to me. One of three things. One of three things. My black ass is going to jail for assaulting the officer. That would have been the best case scenario. You got best case scenario. You in jail forever though. Second case, I would have got my ass whooped because obviously those officers cavalier attitude about having this knee on his neck like this. His hand might not necessarily been in the pocket.
Oh no. It's,
I'm a TV
brother, that shit was in the pocket, brother.
It was in the pocket.
Either way, didn't say anything. Guess what the third scenario is? Clip in the back of my fat ass. What recourse do I have? If any one of you officers would have seen this small group, I hope you would have been like, at least shift the weight to his back. At least just put your hands on it.
Try to help, at least.
The man was cuffed. Like, what? He said he wasn't fighting. We've seen the rest of the video. He never resisted. He was just a big ass guy, like me. Like, what can I really do at this point? I'm not resisting. I'm handcuffed. I'm face down in the fucking concrete with your knee on my neck, telling you I can't fucking breathe.
Like imagine if that was a blonde. No, I can imagine if it was me. I know the scenario. It would have killed me. Imagine.
They just arrested the guy that killed those two people in Connecticut. You know what happened? White dude sat him up against the car, fed him a bottle of water like a fucking gerbil, and gave him stitches on the scene.
Which one of y'all killed Brendan Glenn?
Nah, and see, listen, you gotta understand too. Imagine if there was a blonde-haired white woman under a knee of that officer. You don't have to answer me. I just want you to imagine, right? Would that have happened? Would that have happened?
They know the answer. They can't answer.
Just imagine. I got
it. They're undercover right now. They're undercover. They're undercover.
This right here is a white woman, right?
No offense to anyone.
No offense.
No, literally though. That's like.
But look what I'm doing. Is that even appropriate?
You know why you gotta make him.
Okay, but now. Let's make it a black person.
Suspect vehicle is a GMC SUV parked to the rear location.
What's the difference?
There is none.
There is none. Want to know what the difference is? Black man dead. Karen sues for $3.5 million.
Get it all, honey.
Both officers crucified. Maybe not. They might go on a vacation together. Let's see him there at the beach bar.
Well, don't forget how